love the mountains and you love the ocean, but can't decide which destination to prioritize for your next vacation? This epic California road trip takes you from granite heights in Sequoia National Park to the cool ocean breeze of California's Central Coast. Hi friends, you might be wondering, what do Sequoia National Park and California's Central Coast have in common? Well, they both feature a remarkable natural wonder named Morro Rock. This week brought to you by Visit Visalia and Visit Morro Bay. The Morro to Morro Road Trip is a journey that connects these two icons with spectacular sights and activities along the way. Make sure to check out everything these regions have to offer online and follow them on their social channels and head out with me on an unforgettable adventure. I'm making Visalia, California my home base for the first half of this trip. Visalia is a convenient gateway community to Sequoia National Park, and I'm starting by getting checked in to the Comfort Suites Visalia. The rooms here are relaxing and spacious, complete with complimentary full buffet breakfast and free premium Wi-Fi. It's an easy walk to Main Street and wonderful local dining. I enjoyed a delicious rooftop meal at Elderwood Restaurant before heading back to the Comfort Suites for an early evening in because day 2 starts bright and early. I recommend getting up before sunrise and heading into the park. Early morning Sequoia drives are peaceful, and the only traffic you might see is the occasional wildlife enjoying the pre-dawn hours here. Drive directly to the Moro Rock trailhead and parking area to start your climb. It's blue hour, and we're heading up to the top of the rock for sunrise. This has long been one of my very favorite California road trips, heading from Sequoia to the coastline and hiking up to the top of Moro Rock for sunrise is always the perfect way to begin this wonderful adventure. Moro Rock sits at 6,700 feet in elevation, and on a clear day, you can see nearly 100 miles across the San Joaquin Valley. It's one of the best spots in the park to soak up the dramatic rise of the Sierra Nevada from the valley floor to alpine peaks. Moro Rock's granite dome is perched high above Sequoia National Park. You do have to climb over 350 stone steps to reach the top, but I guarantee the views are worth the climb. General Sherman may be Sequoia's most famous tree, but Moro Rock is the park's iconic granite landmark, much like Half Dome or El Capitan in Yosemite. It's a must-stop for anyone visiting Sequoia, blending the park's giant trees and its dramatic Sierra Nevada geology. The walkway up is narrow in places, but there's a solid handrail the whole way, so you can hold on, especially if it's breezy. And when you finally reach the top viewpoint, you'll see that this is why I set my alarm early. Moro Rock is magical before sun breaks the horizon. Up here, the show unfolds in layers. First light pours in, then edges of the Great Western Divide catch fire, and finally the foreground pines glow against the deep green. On some mornings, a cloud inversion drifts in after a refreshing rain, and you might even see a rainbow hair on rare days. This is the perfect place to capture a time lapse while you breathe in the crisp mountain air. While Moro Rock makes a beautiful stop any time of day, when you visit for sunrise, there's a good chance you'll have the entire view all to yourself, making it feel like you're the king of the mountain, as it were. It can be windy and cooler on the dome than down below. So dress in layers, trust me, your future self will thank you. And drones aren't allowed in national parks. So if you want to capture the grand sweeping views here, make sure to do so with a handheld camera. Now, I don't use drones, and As you can see here in this shot, Nate is using my handheld Insta360 camera to capture the video you're seeing here today. It's a tiny camera, but it packs quite a punch. And once you've soaked in the sunrise here at Moro Rock and the stunning views, it's finally time to head back down to the trailhead because there's still so much more to see inside the park. A short drive leads you to the Parker Group. These giant sequoias were named for the 8 members of the family of Captain James Parker, who was the acting superintendent of Sequoia National Park in 1893. You can stand nestled among the closely clustered trees in the group and feel so small looking up into the tree canopy above to catch a striking view from the forest floor. Then continue on to Tunnel Log. This giant sequoia fell across the road in 1937, and rather than remove it, Civilian Conservation Corps workers carved through it, creating the only tree you can drive through in Sequoia National Park. And soon we'll reach the next park highlight of the day. Our next stop is in the giant forest, and we're heading for a tour of Crescent Meadow. We are going to be experiencing this wonderful space with the Sequoia Parks Conservancy today. They have incredible educational programs and tours. I can't wait to share more with you. I feel truly blessed this morning because we are lucky enough to have Tim from the Sequoia Parks Conservancy with us. And we are going to go on a stroll through Crescent Meadow and learn a little bit about this incredible place today. So starting, we're in the giant forest. And could you share a little bit about what makes this place so unique as compared to other sequoia groves you might find here in California?
Sure. Giant forest is the biggest grove of sequoias in the world. And when I say the world, the groves and sequoias are all on the western slope of the Sierras.
Okay.
They like that little happy place between 5,000 and 8,000 feet. And then it also has 4 of the 5 largest trees by volume in the world.
That's amazing.
Within it, yeah. So we can hike for 40 miles on the trails that are in the giant forest.
Wow.
So lots of really great day hiking here.
I don't know if we'll be going quite that far today, but I'm sure we're going to see some brilliant giants.
Indeed.
Right away, as we set off, we were met with towering giants. Tim is the Field Institute Manager with the Sequoia Parks Conservancy, and he shared so many fascinating facts about the trees, the wildlife, and the history before we reached our first stop, the chimney tree. Now, this sequoia burned in 1914. For over a century, the hollow trunk has slowly weathered, but it remains in remarkably good condition.
You know, somewhat ironically, that the chimney tree we think of as, being fire scarred, and it was a big old tree. But as we look right next to it, we have all of the little grove of little sequoias that may have started from the fire that helped take this out. Who knows?
Absolutely.
And you've got these that are, maybe 30-year-old trees. And then you got another grove over here that are probably also the same age.
Yeah.
They may have come from another fire. All possibly, this might be Mom and Dad right here.
Our next stop was Tharp's Log. In 1861, Hale Tharp actually built a cabin in this tree, making him the first non-Native American to live in the giant forest. As we continued on, we were treated to beautiful wildlife. You never know what you're going to see here, from small snakes to birds to deer, and maybe even a black bear lounging in the distance. We have been having a wonderful time exploring the meadow with Tim, and I'd love for us to take a moment, if you would be willing to share a little bit more about the Conservancy, its role, and also how we can support the efforts here.
Yeah, of course. So, the Sequoia Parks Conservancy is the nonprofit that's attached to Sequoia and Kings Canyon. And a lot of the parks have nonprofits that are attached with them, conservancies. These are ways that we can generate some money that can stay right in the park that you love. So whether that's through philanthropy or retail sales, or my part, the Field Institute, where we have guides that will take you on your little adventures while you're here, sharing, the places that we love. That's how we generate some money that we can put right back into research projects, planting tree seedlings, the Junior Ranger program.
As park visitors, we are so blessed by all the Sequoia Parks Conservancy does, both for us as park visitors now, and also to ensure the park is cared for future generations too. I want to say a huge thank you to Tim for his time, and I want to encourage you to book an adventure, join an upcoming event, and donate by becoming a friend or supporting a program here. After a wonderful time in Crescent Meadow, no Sequoia National Park trip would be complete without visiting the largest tree in the world, the General Sherman tree. Standing at over 275 feet tall and well over 2,000 years old, this tree is the largest tree in the world measured by volume. Now, as an afternoon storm started to roll into the park, I'm heading out of Sequoia to share more wonderful adventures with you. Lake Kaweah is located less than 20 miles from both Sequoia National Park and Visalia. And on the way back to our home base, this is a perfect place to stop and enjoy bird watching, hiking, and a personal favorite activity of mine, kayaking out on the lake. The surrounding views are truly stunning, especially as you see the storm clouds rolling in over Sequoia National Park in the distance. I certainly built up an appetite after my day adventuring, so it was great to get back to Visalia for a delicious dinner. Located within walking distance from my hotel room at the Comfort Suites, Fugazi's offers a relaxed yet elevated setting to enjoy mouth-watering salads, pasta, pizza, and steak. After dinner, I grabbed some information about other local attractions, and while I was stuffed from dinner, you can always grab a late-night snack here at the Comfort Suites if you're still hungry. In the morning, I got up and made my way to one of my favorite coffee shops, Mission Coffee, and then I enjoyed a few delectable macaroons and pastries from one of my favorite Visalia bakeries. Then I made a stop to the Visalia Visitor Center. Here you can learn all about the best local shops, restaurants, get park info, and grab wonderful information about how to plan the perfect girls' weekend, enjoy a downtown taco tour, the Visalia coffee tour, and so much more. I decided to make a visit to the Visalia's Farmers Market this morning. I love shopping local, and here you'll find fresh flowers, jam, produce, nuts, the list goes on. Before heading out on the road for the next part of our trip, I enjoyed lunch at Sunny Hide Up. With decor that's reminiscent of Palm Springs and unique breakfast and lunch options, this was an ideal last stop in Visalia. Let me recommend the chicken and waffles for the perfect mix of savory and sweet. Then it was time to hit the road and drive from Visalia to Morro Bay. There's some beautiful scenery along this drive and numerous wineries as you drive through Paso Robles. Once at Morro Bay, the first order of business is getting checked into our accommodations. Hotel Avisa is centrally located just a short walk from the water. In fact, you can easily see Moro Rock from this hotel. Rooms here are modern yet relaxed, making for a comfortable stay, and the balconies let you soak in the ocean breeze from your room. Once I unpacked my bags, I was ready to walk down to the Embarcadero to explore. The Shell Shop is an institution here. It's been locally owned and operated by the Thomas family since 1955. Lawrence Thomas was an abalone diver and commercial fisherman. His son David sold his father's abalone shells in a lemonade-style stand. These shells were the natural byproduct of the commercial fishing industry, making the Shell Shop one of the pioneer green businesses that focused on reusing what was discarded by others. You'll still find local abalone shells here, as well as countless other treasures from all around the world. I love shopping local, so my next stop was Schmoobage. This wonderful store highlights locally designed gifts, art, jewelry, and more. From candles to clothing, there's something for everyone here, and it's a great way to support local shops. Also, the location can't be beat. As you head out the front door, make a sharp turn and walk down to the beautiful dockside viewing area. Morro Bay is designed in a way where you can enjoy waterfront views from almost anywhere. And speaking of waterfront views, dinner time means dining at Dockside Restaurant. Here guests enjoy fantastic fresh fish. I always ask about the daily specials, and today I ordered the blackened swordfish, which was easily a 10 out of 10. And I also recommend enjoying clam strips or oysters on any visit. We started our day at Moro Rock in Sequoia National Park yesterday. So of course, we're finishing the day enjoying Moro Rock views from Morro Bay this evening. Sunsets here are truly magnificent and also so soothing. If you're anything like me, you won't want to sleep in when you're enjoying your time at the beach. So of course, I got up before sunrise to enjoy the calm, still water before dawn. It's so dreamy to enjoy Blue Hour and watch Moro Rock light up while listening to the morning music of the birds and the water here. It's incredible to see the difference in morning's light. Just a few minutes can make such a difference. And after soaking in the sunrise here, it's time to grab breakfast. I set off for the Morro Bay Coffee Company to enjoy my go-to matcha and some morning pastries. Then it's time to head back to the water for one of my favorite Morro Bay activities. Setting out on a kayak tour with Central Coast Outdoors. Even though I own my own kayak, which I sometimes bring here, I still love heading out with Central Coast Outdoors. They are experts when it comes to kayaking Morro Bay. So even if you've never kayaked before, you're in capable hands and will have a wonderful time with John and the whole Central Coast Outdoors team. And if you kayak all the time like me, there is still so much to learn about Morro Bay, and they'll happily share with you. After a safety prep, you hit the water and set out for some incredible sights, starting with the local wildlife. You'll see numerous birds. Morro Bay is very popular with birders. You'll also see sea lions and probably the most famous local residents, the adorable sea otters. Central Coast Outdoors are certified wildlife stewards, so you'll learn all about this area, the history, and how you can respect the wildlife while visiting. You get great otter views, but this footage was captured from a safe distance with my telephoto lens to not disturb the animals in their natural habitat. Next, we got to head to check out an oyster farm up close, learning about the history and local practices. There is so much to see here before kayaking over to the sand spit. This is another Morro Bay hidden gem filled with miles of pristine sand dunes. It's one of the best places to look out and see the Nine Sisters, a chain of 9 volcanic plugs. Because so few people visit this spot, it feels extra special to explore. And after my kayak tour wrapped up, I had built up quite an appetite. So I made a beeline for the Harbor Hut. Now, here you can order great burgers and my favorite, delicious clam strips with seating inside or outside for great views of the water. After enjoying lunch, there were a few more local spots I wanted to explore. First, the Museum of Natural History. Here, you'll explore interactive exhibits, view educational displays, and learn about the natural marine habitat while looking out at great Morro Bay views. Then for more local history, I made a stop at the Morro Bay Maritime Museum. Here, there are several vessels you can explore up close while learning about the local maritime history, and there are also several family-friendly interactive activities that are both fun and educational. After my museum visits, it was time to head to the heart of Morro Bay State Park, anchored by the iconic Moro Rock, which towers over 575 feet. This natural landmark has been delighting visitors for generations. Now, while the rock itself is protected as a California historical landmark, you can enjoy great views from all sides. The long Morro Strand State Beach here is perfect for surfing, fishing, spotting seashells, and strolling the sandy shoreline with great Moro Rock views. And on the other side, Morro Bay and the harbor mouth is a great place to watch for the sea otters from the shoreline. And in low tide, you can even head down to see some wonderful tide pools here too. This is the perfect place to wrap up this week's California adventure. Thank you so much for joining me this week on the Morro to Morro Road Trip. And for more information on each of the stops we made along this adventure, make sure to check out visitvisalia.com and morobay.org and their social channels. They are an incredible resource for planning your next California trip, and I am so grateful for their partnership. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, I hope you find adventure and encouragement wherever you go. Bye.